MadBitcoins! Today is Monday, January 14th, 2014 at 9:21 a.m. in Sacramento, California. MadBitcoins has the taste that thirst goes for. The MadBitcoin subscriber index is at 1843. MadBitcoin's shorty voting has increased by a factor of 12, from 1 to 12. Vote for MadBitcoins for the shorties. Here are today's Mad Bits. Bitcoin prices remain in the $800 range, with CoinDesk BPI reporting a last of $856, a high of $871, and a low of $839. Litecoin was at $23.08 a coin. This episode of MadBitcoins has been sponsored by viewers like you. Special thanks to donors BTC 0.00364436 and Dogecoin 90,000. Very wow. MadBitcoins thanks you for your generous support. Mt. Gox seizures linked to Silk Road in Fed testimonies. Did the FBI raid Mt. Gox not because of their licensing troubles, but because of a link to Silk Road? Did they not tell us about it at the time so as not to tip off the Dread Pirate Roberts and the Silk Road? Day 2. Mt. Gox Bitcoin Exchange denies accusations of involvement with Silk Road. Mt. Gox denies all links to the Silk Road. Remember when they used to control 70% of the Bitcoin trading market? That must have been really neat. Chicago Sun-Times to test Bitcoin and Twitter paywall with startup Bitwall. I don't like walls. I think General Patton was correct when he said that fixed fortifications are a monument to the stupidity of man. Bitwall sounds like a cool idea, and if they priced it low enough like a Satoshi per site and sold it as an automated subscription service where I could pay $5 a month to hundreds or perhaps thousands of sites automatically and never see the wall, that's a service I could get behind. Whenever the newspapers, old dead tree media, do something like this, it's just another way of taking their website offline and trying to mimic the media models of old. The New York Times has done it so many times that I, as a consumer of news, respond by just not reading it anymore. If you're not on Google News, you're not a part of the news. PayPal president says company believes in Bitcoin. Sure, you can believe in Bitcoin all you want. PayPal started as an idealistic company that was supposed to provide us with the freedom that Bitcoin now offers. It was never meant to be eBay's payment processing arm. It was meant to be pay your pal. But the fees were too high and they failed to act like an impartial third party, freezing funds for political reasons multiple times and even freezing some users' accounts for selling Bitcoins on eBay. PayPal can believe in Bitcoin all they want, but we already have Coinbase. We don't need PayPal. We already have BitPay. We don't need PayPal. PayPal is the Ottoman empires of corporations, the dead man of Europe. Old, slow, lumbering around while everyone on the sidelines watches, waiting for them to die. Their only hope is to give up and holistically change their business operations to include Bitcoin. Failure to convert to Bitcoin will lead to death. Do they have the guts to leave it all behind and enter a brave new world? Probably not. Meanwhile, more and more businesses will just leave them to Coinbase and BitPay. Watch your futures end, PayPal. BitPay Says to Legal Marijuana Dispensary in Washington, "We are unable to offer our services to businesses that sell drugs." Well, I guess BitPay won't be doing any deals with Rite Aid or Walgreens anytime soon. I'd say this is more business for Coinbase, but there's a possibility that they'll be caught up by the same laws that BitPay is respecting. I guess marijuana dispensaries will just have to use the free wallet from blockchain.info and learn a little bit more about Bitcoin if they want to accept it. Also, do you hear that sound? That's the sound of someone programming an open source distributed shopping cart service that does the same thing that BitPay does at a fraction of the price, and with no restrictions against so-called drug sales. New York's Bitcoin ATM could hit Bit license snag. Not so fast, Bitcoin NYC. Licensing concerns could force the beautiful Lamassu machine to be locked away in the owner's apartment instead of deployed in his store. Fingers crossed that they get it fixed, but it looks like there's definitely going to be a delay. Map showing states where buying stuff with Bitcoin is the most popular on Overstock.com. New Hampshire, the home of the Liberty Movement and the Free State Project. Utah, the home of Overstock.com. And the Pacific Northwest of Oregon and Washington turn out to be the places where the most Bitcoins were spent on Overstock.com. Congratulations, New Hampshire, Oregon, and Washington. Way to go! Bitcoin. GoCoin adds Litecoin to payment offering. Litecoin continues to cement its position as the silver to Bitcoin's gold, as GoCoin joins Coinja and CoinPayments.net, offering Litecoin-based payment processing for vendors. Look out, BitPay and Coinbase. You may be awesome now, but if you don't expand your coin offerings, you could end up like PayPal and Western Union. In my line of business, it's important to stay hip. eToro launches Bitcoin trading for 3 million users. Bitcoin is not just for computer geek investors anymore. eToro, an online asset trading platform, has added Bitcoin for its more than 3 million registered users. Bitcoin continues to gain new allies every day. This is how the world changes. Bitcoin's tipping point could come soon. Excellent article from Bitcoin Magazine explaining how Walmart has had great success reducing prices everywhere up and down its supply chain, from making its managers fly coach and share hotel rooms at conferences, to muscling in on its suppliers and demanding lower prices. They'd steal candy from a baby if they thought it would improve their bottom line, but there's one area that they haven't had success in reducing prices: credit card fees. Even though they probably have sweetheart deals with the credit card companies, and they even once famously stopped accepting MasterCard in 2003 in an attempt to get the upper hand, Walmart is still saddled by the credit card companies and forced to pay fees. Now imagine if Walmart could increase their profits by 2%. Would it be worth installing Bitcoin ATMs in all its stores? Would it be worth upgrading its cash registers and self-checkout aisles to include Bitcoin? Developing a plastic card that allows users to store Bitcoin the same way they use a prepaid credit card? For 2% in retail? It will be well worth it. And if Walmart, Target, and every other big box store isn't thinking about Bitcoin right now, they're living in the past and they're in danger of becoming dinosaurs. 2014 is going to be a big year for Bitcoin. And not just for giant corporations. Bitcoin is going local, too. I'm in Sacramento today to announce the beginning of the Sacramento Region Bitcoin Meetup. We're going to meet up every other week at a local pizza place and devise a strategy to increase the acceptance of Bitcoin in the Sacramento region. Northern California is going to turn on to Bitcoin in a big way in 2014, thanks to the hard work of the Sacramento Region Bitcoin Meetup. All it takes is for you to start a meetup in your area. No one else is going to do it. The person we've been waiting for is you. Now get to work. Start a meetup. Tell your online friends and let's get going. Print out a copy of CoinMap and declare your intention to add more businesses to that map. Together, we're going to make 2014 the year of Bitcoin adoption. Boots on the ground, people. Plans to be published soon. Post details about your meetup in the comments or on Twitter and I'll mention it on the show. Doesn't matter where it is, where you live. There are Bitcoiners around you, and there are even more people who are curious and who want to become Bitcoiners. All they need is a little bit of help from you. And if you believe in Bitcoin, like I believe in Bitcoin, it's now time to give that little bit of help, to give Bitcoin the push that only you can give it. Sure, I won't fix your computer, but I'll help you install a wallet, accept a few bits through a Coinbase email, or even launch you a few Satoshis through text message with a Coinapult account. It's easier than ever to accept Bitcoin, to hold Bitcoin, and to spend Bitcoin. That means that Bitcoin is transforming and becoming more and more real. No longer is it just a post on Slashdot, just a white paper, just an online exchange, just a wallet, just a Coinbase account. Bitcoin is a real, living, working alternative currency system, and not from any sci-fi movie or Philip K. Dick novel. Bitcoin is a real thing, and we're going to make it more real, together. Join your local Bitcoin meetup today. If there's not one, Start one. Together we will spread Bitcoin awareness in 2014. Light up the coin map. Change the world. I can only do it with your help. Join up, start up, and get on board. Bitcoin needs you. You're the ones we've been waiting for. Bitcoin über alles. Bitcoin for all. 2014, the year of Bitcoin. Until next time, this has been Mad Bitcoins. Mad Bitcoins. Mad Bitcoin.